So I gave the film crew the day off. That's not true. I'm the film crew, but so what I'm making is some little standoffs. These are going to weld onto the frame. These are 7/8 14 bungs that you would probably use for your tie rod ends. But I'm going to stick them right down here onto the frame, weld them in, 6 locations, drop the plate on top, bolt it through. I don't know, call it good. Rip it off, and weld it back on. That's what's up. Okay, I have not done a good job taking video. It's just been kind of struggling with time. It's holiday season, and I work for like 20 minutes and then it rains and I put everything away and I've just been frustrated. But I finally got these bungs welded in. I think it is the worst welding I've ever done. I don't know why I had my machine turned up as high as it would go because I wanted good penetration. And it was, I mean, it was hot. I was burning into it, but man, it was just bubbling and cracking. So I think that's a high tensile frame and I was probably using the wrong wire. So I don't know, man. I reinforced these front ones. You can't probably hardly even see it, but angle iron, and it's welded to the side of the frame, and using these big 7/8 inch bolts. So the bolts aren't gonna fail. I'm just hoping that the welds aren't super brittle and that thing don't rip apart. So I don't know, we'll get out there and find out. So what I'm doing now is I got put the boom on there, marked out the anchor points for the boom. I'm going to take some nuts and just weld them in place so I don't have to put a backing nut on the backside, which I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe this is the wrong idea because this is going to rely on my weld, but I think it'll be okay. Another awesome tool to have. I borrowed this from work, I guess I could say. Pretty badass tool. So probably a little too pricey to have one, but they're sure nice to have access to. All right, I'm just rambling. I don't know what I got going on. I got to figure out this hydraulic stuff down here. I bought this surplus 24-volt hydraulic system, and it was probably for a dump truck. I can't find all the part references, go to like, you know, national stock numbers, and I can't get any specs off anything. It's really nice Parker 2-spool setup and a 24-volt DC motor from Advanced DC Motors, and a pretty nice little reservoir. So I mean, super cool stuff. I just can't find any specs on it, and I'm not super smart on hydraulics, so I'll be educating myself the best I can. What I did like about this is it's got this choke valve for the cylinder return. So I think that's on the cylinder return, but it's power up and power down, but I guess you can just power down slow. I don't know, the hell, figure it out. There's a cat. So, you know. All right, I didn't film again. I'm just trying to get this done. So neighbor came over and he's like, hey, if you're not trusting the welds, you better do something else. I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I better. So I added another bracket that's bolted in. You know, it is freaking ugly, but I was just getting so much splatter, and it's got to be a high tensile frame, and I'm using the wrong wire or whatever. So my mount plate is Swiss cheese. So these are all basically, I got everything just bolt in. I want it to get in there and back anything, which is great because it sucks doing that by yourself. So here we go. You ever have the slippery slope problem of you look at one thing and it leads to another, and pretty soon you're down a freaking rabbit hole and you're like, what the hell am I doing here? All I needed to do is just replace one little fitting. Well, here we are, pulling this thing all apart now, replace the hoses, and it's like, well shit, you got it apart, you may as well test the cylinder, and I don't know what I'm doing here again. But I got it apart, so we're gonna slide her out and I don't know, test it, inspect it, slap it back together. So I got the cylinder pulled out of the boom extender, and I was surprised how long it is. It's over 5 feet long, so that boom must extend out at least 4 feet, maybe more. So I spent the last couple hours ordering adapter fittings and hoses, and I got lots of parts coming. I actually ordered a hydrosteer unit, so I'm going to see if I can get hydrosteer done on the rear axles as well. So all that stuff's coming. I'll probably take a week off here, go do some play up in the mountains, And when all those parts come in next weekend, I'll start making some real progress. So if you're following me, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. We'll catch up to you soon.